Today, November 11th, a date that repeats itself like a whisper in time, 11/11, the day of alignment, awakening, and warnings from the unseen. You're not hearing this by mistake. The fact that you're here, right now, means that the universe is trying to get your attention. And before this night ends, you'll understand why someone, or something, is warning you about a person whose name begins with the letter M. It started on a cold Friday evening. The air felt heavy, thicker than usual, as if the sky itself was holding its breath. Elena Parker, a 29-year-old artist living in Portland, sat alone in her studio, painting abstract swirls of blue and gold. She'd been restless all week. Strange dreams, flickering lights, whispers in her sleep that she couldn't quite make out. But tonight felt different. Her phone buzzed once. A new notification appeared. You have a new message. No name, no number, just a single letter, M. The message read, "He's not who you think he is. Be careful tonight." Her chest tightened. She reread it, the words glowing like fire against the dark screen. He? She whispered. The only he in her life was Michael, her ex. Charming, mysterious, and gone without a trace 2 months ago. But how could anyone know about him? She hit reply. Who is this? No response. The room suddenly felt colder. The candles on her desk flickered violently, as if the sky itself was holding its breath. Then the lights went out, completely. Darkness swallowed the room, leaving only the faint glow of her phone screen. Okay, this isn't funny, she whispered, her voice trembling. She grabbed her flashlight and shone it around. The paintings on the walls, her own creations, seemed to shift subtly, colors warping in the dim light. Then she heard it, a soft knock at the door. 3 times. She froze. No one ever visited her this late. Her mind raced. The message, the name, the knock. Slowly, she approached the door. The knocking came again, louder this time. Elena. The voice was low, familiar. Michael's voice. Her heart dropped. It couldn't be. He'd left the city. He'd ghosted her completely. And yet she'd recognize that voice anywhere. Elena, open the door, please. She hesitated, flashlight trembling in her hand. Something deep inside her screamed, don't. That primal, intuitive voice that comes from somewhere beyond reason. Then she remembered the message. He's not who you think he is. Her pulse raced. She spoke through the door. Michael, what do you want? I just need to talk, please. I made a mistake. His tone cracked. Desperate, but wrong. Something in it felt rehearsed, like a recording of human emotion without the soul behind it. She whispered to herself, this isn't real. The knocking stopped, then silence. But when she turned around, her phone lit up again. Another message from M. Don't open the door. He's already inside. Her breath caught. She spun around. Nothing. The studio was empty, but the candlelight flickered again, and in that tiny reflection on the glass window, she saw movement. A shadow. The world slowed. Every sense sharpened. The air vibrated, like static before a storm. Elena, the voice whispered again, but this time from behind her. She turned, and her flashlight went out. Darkness swallowed her whole. The next thing she remembered was waking up hours later on the studio floor, her phone clutched in her hand. The clock read 3:33 a.m., the witching hour. Her body felt heavy, drained. Her phone buzzed again. Another message from M. You need to listen now. You don't have much time. Her hand shook as she typed back. Who are you? A reply came instantly. I'm the one who's been trying to protect you. His name isn't Michael. It never was. Her blood ran cold. Then another line appeared. Go to the painting, the one with the blue circle. Look closer. She turned her flashlight toward her newest piece, a massive abstract swirl of blue and gold she had painted 2 nights ago, guided by nothing but intuition. The paint shimmered strangely now, almost pulsing with light. She stepped closer, heart pounding. Buried beneath the brushstrokes, faint but visible, were letters scratched into the canvas. Marcus. Her knees went weak. She hadn't painted that. She was sure of it. Who was Marcus?
Elena's mind raced, replaying every moment she'd spent with Michael. The charming smile, the stories that never quite added up. The day he'd shown her an old tarot deck, saying, the cards don't just predict, they reveal. She thought it was a joke back then. Now it felt like a warning she had missed. Her phone buzzed again. Another message. He used the cards to open a door. You need to close it before 4:44 a.m., where he'll come back. She stared at the time. 3:41 a.m. a.m. A chill ran through her. What door? She whispered. Then she saw it, the tarot deck on her shelf, the same one he'd brought. The cards had spilled across the table, forming a perfect circle. She hadn't touched them in weeks. The top card was face up, the magician. Her pulse thudded in her ears. She knelt and looked closer. The edges of the card shimmered faintly, as if alive. The figure on the card, a man raising a wand toward the heavens, looked disturbingly like Michael. She whispered, "What did you do?" The phone vibrated violently in her hand, lighting up once more. "Say the words written on the back of the card. It's the only way." Her hands trembled as she flipped it over. There were words written in ink she didn't recognize, Latin, sharp and ancient. She hesitated, but the air around her began to hum again, low, vibrating, heavy. She spoke the words aloud, her voice cracking. The candles extinguished. The light pulsed once, then faded. A scream, not from her, but from somewhere behind the wall. The air grew colder. She dropped the card, backing away, her breath turning to frost. The shadows on the wall began to twist, forming shapes, faces, whispers. One voice rose above them all. "You shouldn't have said it." She ran for the door, but it slammed shut on its own. The walls shook, paintings fell, the tarot deck lifted from the table, spinning in midair, glowing with golden light, and then suddenly, all the cards exploded outward like shrapnel. Her phone buzzed again. "He's almost gone. Keep praying. Don't stop." She sank to her knees, whispering prayers she hadn't said since childhood. The air felt like it was collapsing inward, like gravity itself was bending. And then silence. Everything went still. The candles relit themselves, one by one. The tarot deck lay neatly stacked again, as if nothing had happened. Elena sat shaking, tears streaming down her face. She looked at her phone. The messages from M were gone. The chat was completely empty. Only one new message appeared at the top of her screen. "You did well. He's gone. For now."